So with that being said, let's keep rolling with the news here and let's talk about Martavius Bryant and his what seems to be a 1-year ban. What do you think about Martavius Bryant, Pittsburgh Steelers?
He's a knucklehead. What are you doing, dude? You got a nice, decent job playing a game, You should try to do everything you can to, avoid the issues. You know what I mean? If you're that rich, go smoke at your house, bro.
Yeah, right?
Now he's been missing. He's kind of like a highlight reel waiting to happen, but he hasn't put it together yet. He had a couple stretch of bad weeks this past year, but then he had a couple good games. Now I'm looking at his stats here. He played 10 games in 2014, 11 games in 2015. Yeah. Now, I mean, his receptions doubled over this past year from last year. And, I mean, he's got an 88-yard long and a 94-yard long.
Yeah,
this kid's definitely got some talent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I said.
And with what's his name, Brown playing on the other side, he should really be able to light it up.
Exactly.
But now it looks like he's not going to be there for a year because of weed. Now I think that's a little ridiculous. See, now he's going to appeal it, but smart money on he's going to lose because I mean the CBA is pretty clear with banned substances. Now they're saying in the next CBA negotiation, I don't remember when that is. There's a lot of talk that like the players are really going to be fighting to lift that ban, meaning basically making the NFL legalize marijuana.
Well,
but they're going to have to sacrifice something to get that because that's how negotiations go.
But the whole thing is this, that it is known for pain relief, and if these players are using it responsibly, then leave them alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But right now, it is a banned substance. He's being suspended for a year, and he's appealing. But his agent's saying that, like, with him going to rehab, it sounds kind of like a dual diagnosis thing. Like he really needs to be going there for
like depression and like anxiety, probably more.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
I think he's treating it using the marijuana at coping skills. You know what I mean? So
he's self-medicating with marijuana and to deal with depression, which, if I'm not mistaken, some people do that.
Yeah.
So
but you have to have it has to be legal.
Yeah. So I guess it's just the times. We're just waiting for the times to catch up.
They are changing,
and they better happen soon.
Okay. Now, ever since they won the Super Bowl, it seems like we haven't been able to stop talking about Denver. This might as well be the Denver Broncos sports podcast.
Yeah.
But they've just been with all. Now, first thing I'm going to kick it off with here is DeMarcus Ware. Now, I'm a little surprised about this because a little bit older, just got a Super Bowl ring. He's coming back, but at a much lower rate. He was scheduled to make $10 million this year. He just got $2 million today, signing bonus basically for restructuring, and he does have the opportunity to make up the additional $8 million. But even after a Super Bowl, this guy, he must just really have a love for the game and still want to keep playing. Even after the Super Bowl, he's going to take a pay cut and come back next year. And I don't know good for him, but I was a little surprised.
Yeah, well, let's see.
They want him to take
only time will tell.
They want him to take the pay cut because with his age and everything like that, they really view him more as a situational pass rusher, and they do value him, but they want him to take the cut for it.
Well, yeah, if you get what you pay for in the end, but they also kind of, it's a pretty gamble,
they're not really.
It's not a huge
they gave him $2 million up front, and the rest is incentive. Like the team's not really leaving themselves out to dry. But let's stick with Denver. Coming out right on Friday evening, John Elway, who has been pursuing Ryan Fitzpatrick, but we'll get to that, signs Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez.
Butt fumble.
Okay, so, like, what is it? Is this just in case? Is he a backup? Yeah, of course he's a backup, but is it in case they get nothing, they feel like they got something?
Sanchez said that his goal is to be the starter, obviously, but I don't see it. I really don't. But then again, I don't see Fitzmagic going over there because I think with everybody seeing how Brock Osweiler got treated, I don't think anybody wants to be the pawn over there, because it seems like, they're like, really, you're just gonna pawn me like that, and then the next day I'm gonna be your queen, the person that runs the board. Get out of here.
Yeah, but then also, I mean, Fitzpatrick, they were interested in him, but he wants somewhere around 18. They're saying they only want to give him like 12. Now he wants to be in the same class as what they're putting Bradford and Kirk Cousins in now. And I mean, on a short-term deal, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick deserves at least Kirk Cousins' money. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, they signed Sanchez. He said it's Elway had some weird quote in this saying it was all part of the plan or something like that, or it was the first step in their plan, something like that. And it was like, really? Yeah. Mark Sanchez is the first step in your plan, Elway? You know what, John?
Sure.
Every time somebody puts a microphone in your face, like, you don't have to say something. Now, like,
yeah, you can just walk away, maybe think about something before you speak, maybe adult a little bit better. I know football, dealt you a couple punches, especially in that last Super Bowl when he did like that spiral.
Oh, when he got that helicopter hit.
Yeah, he got helicopter.
Dude, I'm sorry, we're going to bring this up. You shouldn't have done it, Panthers fan. Okay, I said it was even worse. Even worse. When Cam fumbled that ball in the Super Bowl and he didn't dive on top of it, it was even worse because it was Elway's. They kept on showing that highlight, like in the pregame, of Elway diving and like getting helicopters and spinning like a 360, getting like 3 defenders hitting him. And it was like, this man wants a Super Bowl. Cam Newton's making business decisions in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. I don't know about that, man.
Nah, you know what, though? Because the fact is we made the Panthers made it there with a squad that nobody thought would do it. And to make it all the way and then knock off all the top, going up against all the top ones.
But they were the number 1 seed, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Like they only won loss.
So, but it was the top 4 in the end.
Before Cam does something, he should think, would a stupid person do this? And then, if a stupid person would do that, don't do that thing.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody still remembers that little press conference. So
yeah, what? Because he walked off, whatever.
He was acting like a 10-year-old girl. We don't need to resurface all this. But if you're really curious about it, I did plenty of articles.
But let's talk about that great Peyton Manning, who did the same thing when he lost that ring to the Saints.
Drew Brees.
Yeah, go back in time and watch that one, and then we'll see how his reaction was.
See, I remember that game.
The sheriff was so professional.
I remember that game as like the onside kick game. I can't off the top of my head pick out what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. He was pretty rude. Let's just put it that way. And not only that, the fact is, which I guess I kind of like had to pull back a little bit of hate for Peyton a little bit, because he kind of stood up for Cam towards the end. He was like, hey, whatever. I did. He admitted that he did something similar. So, yeah. So, get off his boop.
Oh, I'm so stupid. The other podcast, we're talking about Peyton Manning, and you're trashing him. I'm like, why do you hate Peyton Manning? That's right. How did I not put that together? Yeah, how did I miss that one?
I think what was happening was like a cabin fever of information. It's like, it's only Peyton Manning and the Peyton Manning legacy, the Manning legacy, the Manning legacy.
Just like when the Harbaugh brothers played each other, it was just the whole entire thing was about them being brothers. We get it. Growing up with the Harbaughs.
It's like
All right, how's everybody doing out there today? Thanks for tuning in to this special edition Voice of Bedlam podcast. If you want to take that next jump with your business or company, you need to come over and advertise on the Voice of Bedlam podcast. Get your ad heard by thousands on a reoccurring basis. Just click buy now and send us your info. Thanks a lot, guys.